Welcome to Dr. Dan's Psychological Facts. Dive into the world of psychological facts, insights, and mental health tips. Subscribe now for fresh episodes. You are just one click away from unlocking your potential. From Dr. Aby Daniel. Today we will uncover the psychological facts of habit formation and change. The brain behind habit formation. Ever wondered why some habits stick while others fizzle out? Or why breaking a bad habit feels like climbing a mountain? Well, today we're diving into the fascinating brain science behind habit formation and maintenance. Let's get started. The first step is encoding a habit. Habits are automatic actions that stem from repeated behaviors. But how does the brain encode these habits? It all starts with the habit loop, cue, routine, and reward. First, a cue triggers the habit. The cue activates certain brain regions associated with attention and perception, such as the prefrontal cortex. This part of the brain helps identify and respond to stimuli in the environment, signaling the start of habitual behavior. This could be a time, place, or emotion, and it activates the prefrontal cortex, which detects and associates the stimulus. Next comes the routine, the action itself, executed by the motor cortex and guided by decision-making in the prefrontal cortex. Finally, there's the reward, where dopamine, your brain's feel-good neurotransmitter, reinforces the behavior, making you want to repeat it. Let's see the brain areas involved in these processes to form a habit. The brain's key players in habit formation are the basal ganglia, prefrontal cortex, and hippocampus. The basal ganglia automates behaviors over time, reducing the need for conscious effort. Initially, the prefrontal cortex manages decision-making and planning, but as the habit forms, its activity decreases, freeing up mental space. Meanwhile, the hippocampus helps recall the cues and rewards associated with the habit. Let's discuss the involvement of chemical messenger, neurotransmitter, that works in the formation of habit. Dopamine drives motivation by signaling pleasure from rewards, while glutamate strengthens synaptic connections. This process, called neuroplasticity, enables the brain to adapt by forming and reinforcing neural pathways with every repetition. Once habits are formed, the brain's focus shifts to automating and maintaining them. Here's how it happens. Over time, the basal ganglia takes full control of the habit, reducing the need for conscious effort. This is where myelination comes in, insulating neural pathways for faster and more efficient signaling. Environmental cues trigger and reactivate stored neural patterns, keeping habits intact. For example, sitting at your desk might automatically prompt you to open your laptop and start working. Modifying a habit means overriding well-established neural pathways. This is where synaptic competition comes into play. New behaviors must outcompete the old ones through repetition and reinforcement. Replacing a habit is more effective than suppressing it. For instance, if you're trying to quit smoking, chewing gum during cravings leverages the same cue but introduces a healthier routine. This rewires the neural wiring associated with smoking and replaces with chewing gum when the person is triggered with the cue. Let's conclude. Brain regions involved in habitat formation are mainly the prefrontal cortex, basal ganglia, and hippocampus. Dopamine and glutamate helps in motivating and strengthening the neural pathways and synaptic connections. So, how can we use this understanding to improve our lives? Master your thoughts. Decide to change. Challenge yourself. Clear triggers and cravings for immediate rewards with replaced habits like exercising or acquiring new skills. And in therapy, replacing harmful habits with healthier alternatives taps into the brain's natural ability to rewire itself. Realize the brain's adaptability and efficiency to rewire and replace habits, and use your brain as a powerful tool for growth and change. By understanding how our brains work, we can harness these mechanisms to create productive habits and replace detrimental ones. Now you don't have an excuse to convince yourself that you cannot change, as it is your habit. It is evident from this video that habits can be easily changed. The only thing that matters is the question of whether you want to change it or not. Decide today to change, as change is the only thing that cannot be changed. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more insights into the amazing human brain. See you next time. Dr. Aby Daniel.